Hey, you're here for a movie fix, so let's get right to it. Today we're talking about five, count them five, legitimately awesome gambling themed movies. Now, there aren't a lot of movies out there that focus only on the world of gambling, but if you like these kind of movies like I do, you certainly came to the right video, and we've saved the best for first. Number five on this list is Win It All. Now, Win It All is about a guy played by Jake Johnson, plays a guy with a legitimate gambling problem. He also has a friend and acquaintance who comes to him with a rather large bag full of money, asks him to keep an eye on it for him for a while he's out of town. And Jake Johnson does a fantastic job of playing a guy, again, with a legitimate gambling problem who also has this bag of money in his apartment, and he's dealing with the temptation and the struggle with that temptation to not use it for gambling. He also understands that this acquaintance is not the type of guy who you don't want to have his money when he comes back looking for it later. So, man, this movie is funny. It's got some legitimately suspenseful parts to it. Also has a great supporting cast that includes Keegan Michael Key, the great KMK. So, I hope you check this movie out. This is my favorite gambling themed film of all time. It's also a movie a lot of people just haven't heard of. It's also a Netflix original. So again, I hope you check this movie out. But that brings us to number four on this list. It's called Mississippi Grind. Now, Mississippi Grind is a movie about two guys played by Ryan Reynolds and Ben Mendelsohn. They play two guys who meet each other on the gambling circuit in the state of Mississippi, and they kind of form a friendship and a bond during their almost nomadic existence as they travel from gambling venue to gambling venue. Some of these venues are more official casinos, some of them are more backroom gaming establishments. So this is a great film, but the bond and friendship of these two characters really tested by each of their gambling addictions. And this is a great film. This is another movie that I just know a lot of people who haven't seen it. It's one of my favorite films from the last 5 or 10 years. It's got the performances by Ryan Reynolds and Ben Mendelsohn are two of the best in their entire careers. Also has a great supporting cast with Alfre Woodard and Sienna Miller. And it's got a great Machu Picchu reference in it. So I hope you check this movie out. But that brings us to number three on this list. It's called The Gambler. Now, The Gambler stars Mark Wahlberg as a college professor who has a serious gambling addiction also, and kind of explores the concept of somebody can be well educated, successful, and still have these kind of addictive personality traits. But this is a great movie. It's one of my favorite Mark Wahlberg performances of all time, and it also has a great supporting cast with Brie Larson, Jessica Lange, and John Goodman. It also has one of my favorite movie endings of all time, so I hope you check this one out. But that brings us to number two on this list. It's also called The Gambler. And The Gambler, the one with Mark Wahlberg, was actually a remake of this film. This film came out in the mid 70s, and it starred James Caan. Now, James Caan was a major star back then, made a lot of great films, big films in the 70s and the 80s, and this was one of them. This film, it has the same source material and the same premise. He plays a college professor who has a serious gambling problem, but this film's a little different. Even though they're the same films, this film's a little darker. It also has a great supporting cast with Paul Sorvino and Lauren Hutton. But like I say, these are different films. You're definitely going to be watching two different movies. It's also one of the best gambling-themed movies ever made, so I hope you check it out. But that brings us to number one on this list. It's called Rounders. Now, Rounders is a movie about a guy who plays a lot of poker. He's also a gambling addict, you could call him, but he's also a pretty good poker player. He plays Texas Hold'em by choice, but this movie is played by Matt Damon. He's the main character. He's also a law student, so he's trying to decide what he wants to do with his life. Does he want to be a lawyer? Does he want to be a poker player? Because he's so good, he could probably play professionally, but this is one of the better known gambling films of all time. It's been around a while. It also has a great supporting cast that includes Martin Landau, Gretchen Mol, Famke Janssen, John Malkovich, and Edward Norton, and is certainly one of his best performances, along with Matt Damon, two of the best performances in each of their respective filmographies. So I hope you check this movie out. I hope you check all the movies out on this list. I would call these my legendary classic gambling films. Now, you may disagree. You may disagree about the inclusion of the films on this list. You may also disagree about the rankings, but hey, feel free to disagree. Please comment and subscribe. We certainly encourage that kind of behavior around here because that's why we talk movies. Thanks for being here. We'll see you for the next one.